Hey guys, JB here. I've got a good one for you today. What do you use for your day-to-day planner? The reMarkable 2, the Supernote, the iPad, the paper, or a regular paper planner? It might surprise you. Let's get into it. Okay, JB here. As always, I say this is more of a community than a channel. I would love to hear from you down below and what your thoughts are. In this challenge, I'm going to talk about what I use, and I think it's going to surprise you a little bit. So let's get right into it. First thing we're talking about is the iPad. I'm not even going to get into the iPad that much because I don't use it as a planner. It is a multimedia device for me. I love it. I just do not like using this pen on it. It can be used for some of you that have one device. If I had only one device, then I could use it as a planner. But getting up in the morning, this is not something I'm grabbing right away. It's pretty heavy. This is my multimedia device. If you've watched the channel at all, you know I love this device. I use it for a lot of things, but for waking up and planning is not what I use it for. Okay, the Supernote. Supernote is a great device, A5X. Again, another great device, does cool things, very similar to the reMarkable 2, so I'm going to show you the reMarkable 2. I think they're in a very similar category in what they do, and so with the reMarkable 2, it does function well as a daily planner. Now, as you know, I have created, there you can see that up above, I have created a planner called Get It Done Now. This is the regular planner. You can get it on Amazon. I'll put the link below. This is the annual one. We call it the phone book. This is dated every single day. Now within here, they have 2 pages in these planners, and I'll just show you here. We'll open this up to a page, and you can kind of see here that on this side, we have what's called the Sacred 6 To-Dos, and that is from my book, The Sacred 6. This is a process that we teach. Now, this can be any planner that you use. It doesn't have to be our planner, but I'm just showing you my consistency, my goals, my reading, my gratitude, my schedule. This is what I use for my planner. On the right side, then, I have a daily journal that I write in. Okay, so this is a legal size paper planner. The telephone book is the same thing, and that's what we use. So I have what's called the single sheet method, and the reMarkable works great with this because when you come into this single sheet method, you have the single sheet on this side. So I don't have the journal, but I have my Sacred 6, I have my consistency, my goals. Again, we're not going to get into what all this is, but it can be any journal page, any PDF. This works real well. And basically, the Supernote's very similar. And what you can use with this is layers. So for me, I like the layers. So if I was in here, I could put in my to-dos. I could move this over and put in that I need to podcast. I need to do YouTube video. Okay, and I can put everything in here. I can put my schedule, so I got to work. And by the way, you can get this PDF over at morningcoach.com for free. You just put your email in and you can get it if you want to look at this. And I have a program over there about this. You can see all that over there. But this, I just want to show you these devices and what I use. So then I can do my consistency that I haven't drank this year, so it's been so many days, etc., etc. That's a layer. So what's cool about this, at the end of the day, I can come in here and I can click a layer and I can just delete it and I have a fresh sheet. So that's called the single sheet method. It works with the reMarkable. I do not use that day to day. Every once in a while I will, the reMarkable 2, but I don't use that, okay? Or the reMarkable 1, reMarkable 2. But it does work day-to-day planning. The next step up for planner that I think is really powerful is the paper device. Now the paper device, okay, the difference between it and the reMarkable is you have dual screens. So remember when I showed you this paper planner, it's got the right side where all the planning is, it's got the left side to write your notes and journal, and that comes from old school productivity, keeping everything in one place. So the next thing I like to use is the paper device because on the paper device I have split screen. I can hide the toolbar up here, and then what I've got, which is really nice, is on the left side, I have my to-dos, my schedule, my gratitude, my everything here, my goals, my consistency, all on the left side. Then down the right side, I have my journal, the things that I want to write about, the things that I want to talk about. That's all right here. So I have it in split screen. So the paper in the progression, it goes iPad, no, possibly Supernote, reMarkable 2, and reMarkable 2 because of the single sheet, and now onto the paper, which is typically what I use because of the width of the screen and because I have 2 documents side by side. By the way, this is a 700-page document. This document that I'm working on in the paper is this, and it actually works well. And basically it's saving at the same time in the document. So it works real well for that. So as far as a planner goes, again, you can use the reMarkable 2, you can use the Supernote, iPad a little bit, then you come to the paper, which I think is my number 2 choice when it comes to day-to-day planning. But what is my go-to? What is my go-to? And I think this is going to surprise you. Let me set the paper aside because, again, when I'm traveling, I like to use it. But the go-to is this planner right here. And this is the Rocketbook Recyclable Notebook. I'll put the link in down below. And when I open it up, it is my Get It Done, my journal, this journal in a executive instead of legal. I'm sorry, I think I said this was executive before. This is legal full paper size. This is an executive size journal. Now what I've got in here and why I like this so much is over here I have 3x5 cards. Under here I have a sticky note, okay? I have a Uniball black pen there. I have a gel blue pen. I like these colors a lot. And when I open it up, I have sticky notes. This is crazy. Isn't this kind of counter to what we teach? Again, this is for day-to-day planning. When I wake up, I like to take a sticky note and write the things that I need to do on here, and then I have it ready, and I can just move it to the next page where I need it. And then basically, I write down the stuff that I need to do on the left. I write down my consistency, my miss, everything on the left, and then my daily journal to the right. And then I use these sticky notes throughout the journal. And I'll put a link to this journal down below too, but I have the sticky notes right here in this pocket. So why in the heck would you want paper? Well, because to me, I think this paper device is secondary to this just because of speed. This is for daily planning. When I wake up in the morning, the first thing I do is I open this up on my desk. I write down the things that I need to do. I take a look at my sticky notes and say, okay, this goes here. Now this is daily planning. This is not long-term planning. This is not Trello boarding, none of that stuff. I have and in fact, my calendar is actually in Google. Like I have systems for all that. I use reminders, I use Google Keep. This is for just waking up and setting up my day. And I think that's the big thing. So when I get up, I am still using paper because it's fast. And it's like, okay, this is what we're going to do. I write some notes in my journal of things that I've got going on, and then I'll make a little sticky note of some things I want to get to. And I have these sticky notes here. And then at the end of the day, I can just flip them over to the next thing and throw them away. Again, no long-term productivity here. This is fast organization in the morning. And that's why I feel that paper still wins. Now, if you're environmentally conscious, I get it. You're trying to move away from paper. So many people are. Then I would say the paper device or the reMarkable one and the single sheet method, the paper device and the dual method works fine. And I do use this a lot. But I am finding myself going back to traditional paper for the day planned to win my day. So when I got to shoot my video, I got to do my podcast, I got to write my 1,000 words. There's a couple other things, like if I look here, my golf practice, I'm swinging 80, 90, 100. It just makes it easier just to put it on this little sticky note and go, okay, this is what I got to practice this afternoon. It takes me 5 minutes in the morning to really get organized. And I say, okay, I got to review, get it done now program. I got to write my book, The Dog. I got to put the advertised page up for the people that want to promote with us. I got to automate the requests. Okay, I can do that real quick. And then I'm done with that sticky note and I'm done. And I'm not inputting it in a computer. I'm not inputting it into a device. It's simple, it's fast, and I'm more efficient. Crazy, right? I'm the e-ink guy. I love e-ink. I love all these devices. But at the end of the day, what I go to is I grab this. And I just jot it down. Now, it doesn't mean I travel with this. I travel with this, or that's where the iPad comes in, right? If you only want one device. But when it comes to me just grabbing something, I have this executive journal, which is the same Get It Done Now journal as this, except it's a smaller one, in this recyclable Rocketbook folder that I found. And it just makes for like the most fast, efficient system for me to write my 2 books, do almost a daily YouTube video, do a daily podcast, 4,100, go play golf every day, get better at golf, get better at writing. It just is fast and it just works. So as always, I would love to hear from you down below. What do you think? Is this just absolute insanity? How can the guy morning coach that talks about, e-ink all the time actually use paper more than e-ink? Well, because it's more efficient for me to get my morning started. Again, nothing against the devices. They work too. This just works so much faster and keeps me organized. And it's old school. And sometimes old school is the new school. There's nothing wrong with doing some old school things. All right, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What do you think? What are you using? I'll put links to the journal and this folder down below. And if you got any questions for me, hit me up. Let's do it. This is more of a community than a channel. And until the next video, go do it to it. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you in the next one.